Good morning, viewers. This is Caesar with Small Engine Velocity coming at you with another moto vlog, and it's 53 degrees outside, actual temperature, with the thermometer off of the vapor. I am on the Ruckus with the black box, and I'm experimenting with pinstripes, and I'll show you that in just a minute. But good morning. I hope everyone is having a good week so far. By the time you see this, it should be Friday, and I will be at the Christmas party for my work. Today's Christmas party, Friday's Christmas party for work has a theme, and that theme is Masquerade Ball. So I'm going to wear a weirdo mask. I don't know, I'm not a big fan of masquerade balls or anything like that, or any kind of balls. But yeah. So, if you watched yesterday's video detailed that the last week of the month is Youtubecation for me. It's the weekend just before New Year's. So, it'll be super exciting because I won't have to make videos. And besides, I don't think very many people would be watching videos or looking for videos at that time. This is typically the time of the year where everything kind of just tapers off and everything's lower by a certain percentage, a good percentage as a matter of fact. But you know, it's the holidays, Thanksgiving just rolled by, family is here, Christmas, everyone needs to get Christmas presents, blah blah blah. So it's kind of that time of the year where your toy, because let's face it, a Ruckus is a toy for 90% of the people out there who own a Ruckus. For the other 10%, it's a YouTube channel, or they're using it as a commuter, like I am using it as a commuter. I never really intended for me to use my Ruckus as a commuter with a GY6 though, but I've put 1,000 miles on this thing already, on this GY6 motor, and have had minimum problems. Although, I have changed the oil like 3 times in that 1,000 miles. The first time I mixed oils, so it was like one brand and another brand, so it I didn't like it that way, so I changed it. And then when I changed the oil, I put my regular oil, and then a little while later after that, I was like, well, I need to do this oil plug, magnetic drain plug video, which I'll put up here if you want to see it. And it had its own, man, you're gonna pull out in front of me, at least accelerate. So I had to change the oil then. So yeah, I'm gonna try to change it somewhere around, it's at 835, although I've reset it several times before, because when I was adjusting the vapor, which leads me to another thing. I like my vapor. It's great. Its only drawback is that I'm not a real big fan of the tachometer. If you want your tachometer in generalized terms, then yeah, there you go. Tachometer is great, but if you're looking for like get tuning stuff, yeah, I don't think it's that great. They make a Koso sold at the Ruck Shop, a square one that I think is better, but I don't know. I mean, I have this one, I don't plan on changing it. I also want to do an air-fuel ratio gauge on here to help me tune the carburetor and get the jets right and stuff like that. I don't know if I'm running rich or lean, or I have no idea. It's better to run rich than lean, so I think I'm running rich. My jet's like 110 and the slow is like 32. I think I got like a half turn on the air-fuel ratio, but I think the air-fuel ratio is only for idle. After that, it doesn't really play a role. But anyways, I did put a pinstripe around the cab in the middle of the night last night after I got it from Amazon, because I wanted to play around with it, and the point is off-center. So it kind of comes around the battery box, like around the battery box, but as it comes around the front, it dips to a point. I don't know how to describe it. See? But the point is over here instead of like in the middle. I like the black battery box, but I don't like how it's so overpoweringly black. Like everything in the front of the bike is black. So I'm trying to experiment with ways to pull some of this orange forward. So right now I'm just playing with some orange pinstripe tape, and I'll put it on the box in different ways, and then whatever I decide on, eventually I'll tape it off and then turn it into tape it off and then turn it into paint, or send it off somewhere to have it painted with the pinstripe on, say this is what I want it to look like. A subscriber recommended that when I fill up my tank, I look at my odometer and then remember that number plus 60 or something like that, so I know when I'm getting real close to running out of gas. How smart is that? You know, I used to do that in my Honda Shadow, my 03 or 06 Honda Shadow. It didn't have a gas gauge. So, or a gas gauge that worked, so I went off of miles, and I can't believe I forgot all about that. I mean, that's what I used to do. I hope everyone got something really cool for Black Friday, for a loved one. I got a few things for the kids, still working on the big kids in my life. And it's funny because me and my two brothers, Alan and Philip, they're into motorcycles now. Or actually my middle brother Alan was always into motorcycles, but he just finally got a Gixxer. And it's funny because we're like asking each other what do we want for Christmas, and we're talking about bike parts, or like bead breakers for tires, and we can all share it, or blah blah blah. Also stuff to put in the shop. Oh, and I finally broke out the winter jacket, the leather jacket. It keeps me warm, yes it does, but it's so massive. Like the shoulders and the weight of the whole thing. So it's cool when I'm riding, but when I get to work and I'm walking into the building and stuff, I feel like I don't know, I feel like I look funny. I guess, does it really matter? I mean, I ride a bike. I need a thick jacket to stay warm, so I don't like lose a limb or something like that. So really can't be blamed. Anyways, I'm about to drive into the sun. I've been trying to keep my moto vlogs a little bit longer. Oh yeah, also now that I know that my phone portion of my headset works well, because we did the dual vlog, maybe I'll do an interview. I think I want to I'm going to call Smallbore Two Wheels soon and have a conversation with him. No, maybe, I don't know. If you want to be a volunteer to talk about your ruckus, then please feel free. Certainly don't mind. Okay, well, anyways, I'm getting close to the long turn of death that everyone knows that I hate. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. Just remember, the last weekend of this month is Youtubecation, and yeah, stuff like that. Have a good Christmas. Have a good holiday. Hope you got cool stuff for Black Friday. I hope that you're staying afloat during this time of immense spending. Although you are ruckus people, so you should be used to budgeting around the parts that you want to buy. Just replace parts with gifts. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you guys liked. Please leave a comment below. Right? If there's any, if you made it this far, then you need to make a comment. Make a comment below. and hit a like button for me. Anyways, thank you, and I'll see everybody next time. Dun dun dun! Look at the sun.